Good morning and welcome to the vlog. I put in like one little snippet of me in the sauna because I've got zero confidence to film anything I do in the gym. I also don't kind of want to because I look like a cherry tomato when I'm working out. So I just took a end of the workout, sitting in the sauna, did a little shot, walking up to the house, and now I'm just getting ready for the day. It is a work day, so I'm just gonna finish doing my skincare. I'll probably interlude some sort of royalty-free music because right now I'm listening to that right there, and yeah, I'll interlude some royalty-free music. But yeah, just getting ready for the day. It's gonna be like a little day in my life work vlog, really casual. I used to watch a lot of these study with me vlogs during my undergrad, and now I love watching people's just their daily vlogs, what they're doing, or like a weekly vlog going along with them. And I figured I want to make one. I've been so afraid to make vlogs for so long. To put in perspective, I bought this camera 4 years ago. So, yeah, I'm excited to just make some vlogs and get out there, and hopefully they're enjoyable. So, a couple of quick things while I get ready. My base, I bought the big boy of the Super Goop sunscreen, and I think it's worth every penny. It's lasted a good amount of time so far already. And then I also do a little of these Walita drops. Oh, is it gonna focus? There it goes. I don't know if they do anything, but I have been using it for a few days now. So that's kind of the routine. I'm gonna get ready now, and I'll take you along with the rest of my day. All done with makeup now. One thing I've always loved is lip products, so I feel like as long as my lipstick, chapstick, tinted lip balm, gloss, whatever I'm wearing that day looks nice, and I feel like I'm practically ready for the day. Just gonna run a comb through my hair, and then I'm gonna use my Shark, I think it's called a Flex Styler. Is it on here? I don't know. It's like the Shark, it's a Shark version of Dyson's Airwrap. And my little head doesn't match. I got the rose gold and black one, but then they came out with some new attachments, and they only had the kind of taupe color, and I really wanted the round brush, and I didn't want to wait for them to make it in the black color, so I just bought it this color. Is it expensive? Yes. It was a treat to myself. I got a promotion, so I just treated myself to a little gift. I'm just gonna finish getting ready, and then I'm gonna pick out some clothes. I wish I could wear a nice comfy waffle knit robe all day long, but although work from home is casual, it ain't that casual. Alright, I'm all ready now. As you can see, nothing major. Working from home has been such an absolute blessing. I can't ever even imagine myself back in the office. I don't know how anybody else has felt during this whole process of like being in office all day, every day, surrounded by coworkers, and then having to forcibly be remote because of pandemic. Luckily, you know, our whole company was able to still keep operating remotely, so I was very thankful there. Then once things kind of started getting a little bit better, they let us know that we'll all be fully remote. Our office is there. There's some folks that prefer the office, but they're not forcing like a back in office transition. They're not forcing a hybrid model even. They're just like remote first, and then everything else follows. So occasionally I have to go in, but I only live about 10 minutes away from our office, so it's not even a big deal when I do have to go. But I honestly can't imagine not being at home anymore. I really love it. What I should do today sometime is just clean my desk. It's absolutely a mess, but what are you gonna do? I have a webinar in about like 10 minutes or so that I don't have to be on camera for, so I'm just gonna get some food going. I've been doing intermittent fasting and I have like a couple minutes left. I've got 11-ish odd minutes left until I can start eating. I've dabbled in intermittent fasting before, but I got this app so I could really commit to it and see if it makes any difference. But we'll see if it works. I'm going to give it a try. I know that the research is kind of wishy-washy. And sometimes I look or read something, it's like, intermittent fasting's great, you should do it, you'll lose a bunch of weight. And other people say it's not great for women. Some people say it's wonderful for women. I don't know. I'm just going to give it like a dedicated try. I gave myself 6 months. So my time to end is going to be in October. It's a beautiful sunny day in my kitchen. I'm also a little sad. We're going to be moving. Landlords sold this house. I've been here for 3.5, close to 4 years now, and I love my little house. I call it the Hobbit home because I'm a little short human, and it's got cottage vibes, and it's wonderful and it's bright. But yeah, we're gonna be moving, so my background will change in the next few months. We've got about 2 months to dip on out of here. So we've been apartment hunting and looking around, but yeah, I'm gonna be really sad because I love my little kitchen. I'll show my tiles in a second, and yeah, it's just very cute, and I love it, and I'm gonna be sad to leave, but what can you do? That's life, right? Like, these are the tiles in my kitchen. How cute is that? How cute are those little Dutch windmills? I love it so much, so I'm definitely gonna miss things like that. The milk frothing is my favorite part.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me high and dry. Baby, you get me out there fine. You're channeling wind around.
I probably should be eating something more, but you know when you just stare at the fridge and pantry for so long and you just have no idea what to eat, and then now it's going on too long? That's kind of the state I'm in. So it's going to be some Cheerios and a little bit of blueberries mixed in, because I just need some food now. Do you guys like to watch anything while you eat? Because I don't love sitting in silence, so I do try to put on like a little YouTube video or something. And I'm definitely still in the, I want to like watch a vlog or a day in my life, somebody shopping, or even just like funnier, you know, things like Cody Co or like Rhett and Link and Cinnamon Toast Ken and people like that. Like, I don't know. I just like hearing people chat while I'm eating. And while I'm eating, I get to watch, you know, whereas a podcast, if I'm working, then I'll just throw on the podcast. But I feel like that's also why I like vlogs and why I like podcasts, is I just like hearing people chat. So if you have recommendations on what you watch while you eat, just let me know.
Yeah, you're right. I don't let you drive my car.
So it's the next morning. I get to the
Okay, I'm done eating. Webinar's still going on, but I'm gonna listen to it while I'm doing, woo! Let's get it to focus here. I'm going to listen to this webinar while I'm doing some dishes and kind of tidying up the kitchen because it is in a state right now. I should probably show the mess just because that's real life, but I'm a little embarrassed. I'm still new. So maybe when we get to know each other a bit more, then I can show you how messy we are. Sometimes. I think sometimes we're just not in the mood to clean up after dinner. So it's literally all the dishes from cooking and eating dinner yesterday. It's not like it's a bunch of dishes, but it's a lot for us because we're normally folks that clean up at the end of the night. You know, you close your kitchen down. We just didn't close it down yesterday, so it's a rough opening today. And to take off all my jewelry and stuff while I do the dishes. And I have my dishes partner here. He's not a lot of help, but he's really cute, so it's okay.
You're some kind of butterfly.
I was having a little bit of a sad moment when I was doing the dishes. So prior to my landlords letting us know that they're selling the place, you know, we didn't know who was going to buy it. So we were casually looking because we're like, what if somebody buys it that still wants to keep it as a rental property? And I was really, really hoping and praying that please someone be just as kind as our landlords and just buy it as an investment property and we get to stay here. And not the case. The people are lovely. I have met the new owners and they are really sweet and they feel really bad about, you know, this whole process, but they did buy the home to live in it, which is the downside because I've lived here for so long. It feels like my home, right? I pay for everything here. I've lived here. I take care of it. I absolutely love this house. But I don't own it. I just rent it, and that's the reality of the situation. If I could have bought it, I totally would have. But I have a nice big window right in front of the sink, and it actually makes doing dishes very pleasant because my neighbors have a lovely yard. There's flowers, there's trees, and I'll turn it around really quickly. But I got a little emotional just doing dishes because I'm like, all the apartments that I'm looking at, there's no big kitchen window. What I paid in rent starting, you know, 40 years ago is not the rent market today, especially in this post-pandemic remote work life where people all over California have flocked to relatively more affordable areas. I don't want to say cheaper because I don't think any place in California is cheap, but Sacramento, even though it's the capital, is a lot more affordable than places like in SoCal, in San Diego, in the Bay Area. Even though the Bay Area from us is about an hour and a half away, you know, all of those places are way more expensive to live and rent in. So lots of people, due to remote work, came here and thus hiking up the rent market here. And so what we can afford now is not something as cute as this, and we're downsizing to a smaller apartment, which is also good because we're paying off a wedding. So we got married 6 months ago, and we're still paying that bad boy off slowly. It was not a big wedding. We DIY'd everything, and it still cost so much money. My husband really wanted to have a wedding. I wanted just courthouse real quick. Let's throw a dinner for our family and friends, and that be it. But no, we decided to have a wedding, and it was fine. It really was lovely. I don't regret it. I just regret the money. But yeah, so we'll be able to pay off a wedding by, you know, kind of downsizing, moving into smaller apartments. But long ramble short, in that apartment hunting, all we've been finding is very kind of darker apartments with smaller windows and not enough light. And there's one that we're most likely going to rent. It's in the same neighborhood as that we currently live in, so that's a big reason why, because I go on walks a lot and I want to live in a safe neighborhood. But it's a very, very old apartment building. I didn't want to do one of those big mega complexes where there's like 30,000 people living on a complex. We did check out one, and it was just building after building after building of apartments, and I kind of hated it. So it is a smaller building. I think there's like 12 units in the whole building. But it's old, it's outdated, it's like from the 1920s, I think, originally, if not somewhere around there. And it looks it. The windows are smaller, and yeah, but that's the one we're leaning towards most because it's in the same neighborhood. Yeah, I just appreciate this place a lot. Let me flip it around so you can see the kind of view that I have when I'm doing dishes. So this is the view, this is a big window. All right, I've been working for a bit, couple hours now. Gonna take another little mini break. Oh, as you can see by how greasy my skin looks right now, it looks real oily. I just look in the viewfinder, I'm like, oh wow. It is much later today. Closer towards the end of the afternoon, I'm gonna start prepping dinner. For two people, I feel like veggies aren't always the best thing to buy from places like Costco because there's just so much and you don't get through it all with 2 people. So we have a bunch of little baby bell peppers and a bunch of tomatoes. So I'm just gonna make some tomato soup and get my iPad set up so I can watch something while I cook. But yeah, I'm just gonna make a simple dinner of tomato soup and maybe like a grilled cheese or something like that, because I hate throwing away food. It pains me, and I really want to use up some of these ingredients. So let's get going. Look how much we have still to just get through. So definitely need to use them all up. So I'm gonna start washing and prepping all of these. I'll probably use about half of these. If you haven't ever put bell pepper in your tomato soup, do it. It's so good. Vegetables look so pretty, just diced up. So I'm gonna get this a little bit more oil on top, and we're gonna go roast these babies. I don't always cook with measurements. I just kind of measure with my heart, so we'll see. While all the veggies are roasting in the oven, I'm gonna do some plant maintenance. I don't know if you guys have ever used neem oil before. Fucking stinks. It stinks so bad. But my monstera over here has got some gnats, and they're kind of spreading to all the other plants that I have, and I don't want to get rid of these, but these gnats are driving me absolutely insane. If anyone has any suggestions on what to do to get rid of gnats out of your houseplants, I've tried like the vinegar, dishwater, sugar mixture, and that does help, but man, they're just like multiply. I told a friend about it, and they had the same issue. They said their plants had gnats, or indoor plants had gnats, and they used neem oil, and it got rid of it. I've used it now for a couple of days, and it does seem like it's less, but not gone. So I just want it gone. They're just like buzzing around, and I am very close to being like, start all over. Let's get rid of these plants and just start all over. All right, everything is nice and roasty, just a little blistered, you know. I just like that roasty flavor. So I'm gonna put this all in a pan with some vegetable stock and some other ingredients, and then I'm gonna immersion blend all of it together. I just roasted some garlic as well, so I'm gonna transfer all of that into this little bowl full of garlic. It smells so good in here. I can't even describe it. Just garlic, onion, tomato, bell pepper, all just kind of in a pot with some olive oil and seasoning. Like, it just smells really, really good. Just kind of marrying everything together in there. Letting it all kind of simmer with the garlic and seasonings. And then I'm gonna add in a little cup of veggie broth. I got my immersion blender all ready to start whipping this bad boy up. This is a really fun part, although it can get messy. I also have my lovely little basil plant that I'm gonna pick little guys off of to use. And I only picked a couple because fresh basil smells so good, like so good. So it's also very strong. I used it in a pizza recently, and a couple of little leaves, and he was good to go. So yeah, just a few, just a little, you know, zhuzhing. I did have to do a little outfit change. I splattered so much tomato soup as I was immersion blending it, but I love that thing. I love that immersion blender. 10/10 recommend as a kitchen gadget. Good morning, everyone. It's the next day. We didn't actually do too much for the rest of that day. We ate our tomato soup, had our little grilled cheeses, watched an episode of Fallout, went to Target, 90 Day Fiance, and then went to bed. So it wasn't like exciting stuff. The soup turned out so good. I 10/10 recommend making soups in general, but tomato soup's a really easy one. But just making them from scratch or typing in all your ingredients in Google and asking for a recipe or ChatGPT, something like that, because it's such a bummer to waste food, and I love when I can create something that's really tasty, really yummy, and I didn't have to throw away a shit ton of veggies. So turned out really good. We were really, really happy. Although my husband eats a lot of protein, and at the end of the night, when we were in bed, it's like 9:30. He's like, "Oh, I'm hungry again." And I was like, "Oh, I probably should have made like a little extra thing with protein so that he had something more satiating for him." Thanks everybody for watching my first vlog. I was really scared. Like I said, I bought this camera 4 years ago and have always toyed with the idea of making little vlogs. And as I watch them more, like as I watch vlogs just during the day or in the background, I find less and less people are kind of doing these day in the life type of stuff or just chatting through. I want it to feel like I'm on a FaceTime call, and I find creators, especially when they get really big, they stop kind of doing that stuff, which is great for them, but I miss that and I want that. So I figure there might be other people, and now might be a good time for me to just get over my fear and just try, you know? So, and I couldn't really record too much of my work day. Being a remote worker, I'm in meetings quite a bit, especially at the position I'm in, so it's hard because you can't, you know, record everybody else and stuff like that. So I could just do little snippets of my workday, and then in between, okay, I can take a little break right now, or I don't got a meeting for an hour, or at the end of the day, I can prep some dinner. And then when my husband got home, I just wanted to spend time with him, so I didn't record too much of that. And yeah, I just hope to do more. My schedule, I think, will be on Mondays going forward. I'm going to aim for that. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.